Hello everyone. We are going to talk about Hooponopono today. Okay. Because as we decided, alternate Friday we will have a hypnosis session, and alternate Friday we will talk about something. But of course, it's not hard and fast rule. ऐसा नहीं है कि ऊपर नीचे नहीं किया जा सकता. We can change it different whenever we find something interesting. Because I usually don't plan very long ahead कि 3 हफ्ते बाद हम ये करेंगे. Like last meditation, last Friday, Saturday when we were doing, then something came up and we decided to have a discussion about Hooponopono. So about Hooponopono, it's a Hawaiian technique of healing. Okay, people who have attended any of my workshops or who have worked with me might have heard of it quite a lot. Maybe not the name, but what we do with it. So Hooponopono is simple, very simple uh, prayer or mantra or whatever you want to give it a name. These are only 4 small sentences. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. Only these 4 sentences. Now, these 4 sentences, I'll give you the brief background of it. So this was a Hawaiian technique, like in many ages before also people used to use this. So आप इसको कहाँ use कर सकते हो? I'll tell you. Like now, just now, like Shelja was experiencing, you have some tough time in your office, or you are going to meet somebody whom you feel it's going to be tough. Okay, so the easiest thing is just before that, you mentally chat, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you, keeping that particular person in your mind. And if you chant it few times, the difference you will feel when you interact with the person will be huge. अब उसके पीछे भी 2-3 reasons है why it happens. There's, of course, this technique has been tried and tested for ages by a lot of people. But मैं आपसे जो भी share करूँ, this is my point of view, okay? It may not be as per what's written in the books or as per what's written on the Google, but this is what I feel. So whenever I'm talking to you about any of such thing, it is how I see it or how I feel about it. It may not be book language or book direction. So what happens is when you are in a situation where you are not very comfortable and you just start thinking of that person, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. So there are 2-3 things according to me what happened when you start thinking about a person and you know that situation is tough. Okay, for example, you have a meeting with your boss and you know that your boss is not a very nice person to deal with, or you may feel कि आज boss का mood खराब है, आज तो गड़बड़ होने वाली है. Or if you are a teenager and coming home and you are late, you are late and you are going to have a big scolding from your mother or your parents. So before coming that, keep that person in mind and just chant, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. So when you say, I'm sorry, please forgive me, so sometimes when I tell them to people to use these 4 sentences, the first thing people ask is, why I'm sorry? Because it is not my mistake. The way this person behaves is not something for me to say sorry. So, why? 1 second, just a second. So, when we say I'm sorry to anyone, okay, and we are not going and standing in front of that person, but we are mentally saying, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. So, what happens is the moment, if you understand the gratitude and forgiveness are 2 biggest things which can change everything for you. So when mentally you are repeating, I'm sorry, please forgive me. So you understand, first of all, you are asking for forgiveness and then you say thank you and I love you. So if you look at it, all the 4 sentences are very powerful individually also. So when we chant these four things together, the what do you say? The effect is very, very strong. So now, as I told you, this was experienced by this one psychologist who was appointed in a mental hospital where people were of different categories. So what he did is he didn't meet all the people on everyday basis. What he did is took all the files of those patients, and every day he chanted for that, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. And the patients, the behavior was started changing. So what happens is when you are saying I'm sorry on a soul level, you are telling that person that I'm sorry for whatever I did which created this situation for me. Okay. So we are taking responsibility of our own situation. So we say, I'm sorry for anything I have done to you or anywhere which has created this situation for me to be in. So I'm sorry. And I'm asking forgiveness for that, because it's not only when we talk about soul level, as I always say, soul level, there's no timeline. So when we are saying, I'm sorry, please forgive me, so that forgiveness can be something that you did 500 years ago also on the soul level. So you are asking for forgiveness for anything that I have done to you, or uh, anything that I should have done but I haven't done, which has created this situation for me. So I'm sorry, please forgive me. And then you say thank you. Thank you is for giving me this experience. So because we believe that everything that happens in our life, in some way that helps us to grow as an individual, or on a soul level, we always grow, whether it's a good thing happened to us or a bad thing happened to us. So we always grow with that. So you say, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. And when you say, I love you, so that I love you, don't take it as a Hindi cinema dialogue. Okay. When you say I love you, it is like a soul basis. I love you because on the soul level, there's no grudges, no discomforts, nothing. So on the soul level, it's only pure love. So what that sentence means is, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. That means we are telling that person, I'm sorry for if anything I have done to you ever in the timeline in my past. So I'm sorry for that, and I ask forgiveness for that. And I love you. Thank you for the experience you have given. And on soul level, I always love you. Okay. Because as a when we are in human life, we may have our own ideas about somebody. We may not like somebody, or we may like somebody, but that is only as a human, not on the soul level. So these are the four sentences which are very, very strong. Even if I can use it in a very different way also. Okay, for example, if you are not uh, comfortable with anything, okay, one is you can use it for that. Second thing is you can use it for yourself also. If you are feeling, it happens, no, once in a while we get up in the morning and we are not in good mood for no reason. Okay, we say, "Pata nahi kya hua," but I don't feel like talking to anyone. So just sit and chant this for yourself. That what energy I have created in my life that I'm not comfortable with myself, or what energy I have created in my world that is making me feel some sort of pain or discomfort. So that is the best thing you can do. You can do it for your family members also. Suppose you realize that your child or your husband or your wife is going through some tough time. So you just sit and chant this for that person also, because if your family member is not comfortable for whatever reason, just understand he is in your energy zone, he is in your universe. So because if that person is not comfortable, it affects us also. So what have I done create this energy which is not making me comfortable. So I'm sorry for that. I'm ask forgiveness for that. So that is the very simple thing that we can do at any point of time. Okay. You can do it for your headaches. You can do it for your pains. You can do it for painful people in your life. You can do it even for anything that you have to do which you are not comfortable about. And another thing I feel is sometimes that when you are meeting somebody and you are not comfortable with that person, you know you have to meet, you are not comfortable. One thing is when you keep saying these 4 sentences in your mind, you change your energy. Okay. You are more calm, more peaceful. And when we go in front of that person, your aura is different, your energy is different. For example, I always say when we have some sort of conflict with somebody and we are meeting that person, it's more of anticipation. For example, if I'm late for my meeting or I'm going in a office meeting and I know that something has gone wrong in the office and the boss is going to blast. So when you keep saying in your mind, at least you are not worked up. Most of the time we go with that, array, abhi this happened, now he's going to shout at me, he's going to do, why you haven't done it? And I will say this. So we already start creating full dialogues in the mind. Okay. So when you go with that dialogues in your mind, your body language is also in the fight mode. But when we do this Ho'oponopono, which is gratitude plus forgiveness, before that, so what happens is you are calm, you are much more relaxed. As it is, suppose if you are doing same sentences, you are repeating maybe 21 times, 108 times before going, you get time enough to calm down. Okay. So when you calm down, the chances of other person reacting to you is very, very less. Okay. The other person may start with saying something which is not very comfortable, but your responses will be much mellow. You are not reacting to it. So automatically the conflict is settled at that level. So what I meant to say is with this Ho'oponopono, you can sort out your own body discomforts. You can sort out with people in your life and you yourself in a much better state where you are expecting some conflict to take place that may not happen, or the conflict will be there, but this intensity will be very, very less. And I'll actually ask you, all of you, to in next 2-3 days, whenever you are in such situation where you are expecting a conflict, start chanting this, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you, with that person for some time, and you will see the difference. So anybody want to ask something? Yeah. Yes, Sanjeevni?
So, when you are saying, chanting this to do maybe relieving self or, resolving the conflict or mellow downing the, let's say, the situational stress, right? So how to start with, like, are we, if you are doing it for some, so let's say family member, or let's say some, some of your, like you said, the office people, or somebody whom you are like, going for a meeting and something. So how do we start with that, or doing for self? How do I know I'm doing it for self, or for what reason? So do we have some preamble to it, right?
So for example, in your office situation, okay, suppose you know that you are going in a meeting and or you are going in the class and you know the students are going to create drama today. Okay. So before entering the class, you can sit for some time, just relax yourself and mentally chant, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. Chant it as many times as you can. And then while chanting, probably you can enter the meeting room or your classroom and you will see the difference. Whatever you anticipated before entering will be very different. Okay. Same way. Now, suppose I have done something. Of course, nobody does purposely, but I have done something and I have lost money there. Okay. And you know that when you go home and you tell this to your husband that, oh, I bought this and I lost money or I got into some fraud. Okay. You know that other person is going to say, "Padhi likhi ho, buddhi nahi hai kya? What did you do?" You know that this is going to happen. So you are already anticipating that now I'm going to listen to one big bhashan. So before going home or before you tell this what has happened, you just mentally repeat, I'm keeping that person in your mind, जिससे आपको आगे से blast सुनने का expectation है. So for example, there's a boss or there's a senior person in our office, maybe the name is Zubi. So you mentally say, Zubi, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. You say it as many times as you want, and that Zubi thing will be very relaxed. Okay. So this is one way when I'm talking about people. Okay. Then with yourself, like just before we started this, I was saying same thing that once in a while we also forget that we can do something for ourselves. And this happened with me when I was unwell for last few days. So suddenly I remembered why I'm not doing it for myself. So then I sat and that whatever pain I had in my body, I started speaking to that pain. I'm sorry, pain. Please forgive me, pain. Thank you. And I love you. Okay. And when I was doing this for some time, one thing, the pain started reducing. Okay. And at the same time, I have the awareness that what this pain is doing for me. So always, whatever I always say, whatever happens in our life, if we start looking at what is it helping me to do. So what was the thing that there was something that I had to do and I hated to do it. I was not happy doing it. Okay. So this pain in my body was keeping me away from doing that work. So it was actually protecting कि oh, now you have an excuse कि oh, मेरे को body में यहाँ पे pain है, so I'm not doing my work. So I was actually running away from doing something. Okay. When I started chanting this, after a few moments, I realized, oh, I'm doing it because I don't want to do that work. And if I'm feeling well, I'll have to do it. So right now, this body pain is an excuse for me for not doing ABCD work. So when I realized that, then I did Hooponopono on that feeling, which is telling me, don't do it, run away. So I started doing Hooponopono. I'm sorry, this work, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I'm ignoring you. Thank you for this pain to remind me why I'm running away. And I love you. That even if I'm running away from some work, which is a very stupid thing for me to do, I know I have to do, but still I'm running away. So I'm sorry for that. Okay. So when I started doing it, I also started healing. So it answers your question, Sanjeevni? Yeah. So how to do it for your body and how to do it for people.
So that means
Whenever
you're saying that keep the situation or keep the people or keep the self, whatever issue is there,
in
which
your
you are
mind.
feeling, keep that in mind and then do it, right? So that
Yes,
means you are addressing a specific thing, right?
correct. Because most of the
कोणते
time,
भाजी निवडूया आपण
because of one specific situation, right?
त्याच्यामुळे निवडू ना भाजी ते काय चालले चालले नसते ग सकाळी पण जाते ना
Okay. So most of the time we get worked up because of a particular situation or particular event. या कोई लोगों से हम लोग irritate हो जाते हैं. Okay. And if you get up irritated, which people say got up wrong side of the bed, then do it. No, what happened? Why you are irritated early in the morning? So you talk to yourself. Maybe stand in front of the mirror and talk to yourself. क्या भाई क्या चल रहा है तुम्हारी लाइफ में? Why you are behaving like this? I'm sorry for that. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. So this is how you use that Hoponopono. Anybody else? Anybody else has any questions? Okay. So I
Uh,
think
One more thing. How many times you feel it is to be done, or is there some indication, or like how to go about it?
no, there's no fixed number of times you can do it, but I always say it's okay to do it 108 times. And if you do it 108 times, it doesn't take more than 5 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. It can take more time if you are specifically doing it. Like, for example, um, uh, something happened and you are losing money again and again. Okay. For whatever reason. जैसे कोई बीमार हो गया घर में, your money is going, मतलब nonsense reason, then your car got some issue and you have to pay to the for the repairs or something, or घर में कोई tap leak हो गया, you have to pay to the plumber, and you say कि these are unnecessary, unexpected expenses are coming.
Mhm.
So then you can do Hoponopono on the money also. I'm sorry, money. Please forgive me, money. Thank you, money. I love you, money. And then you realize that why this is happening, that events start reducing.
Okay.
Okay. I to also suggest sometimes that if you record this Hoponopono, okay, and when you are working at home or watching TV also, just play it at a very, very low volume in the background. Like even if you are in the office and you put this, there are a lot of YouTube music is available on Hoponopono. Just play something in the background and keep doing your work.
So
So
do you say that this is to be recorded in your own voice so that it,
no, not
or not
necessarily.
necessary?
क्योंकि अगर किसी का भी है and you are listening, you will automatically start chanting with it. Okay, like what happens is, like there's a beautiful song. जब वो चल रहा होता तो we start singing along, no, even if not loudly, in our mind we are following that song, right? So same way, you just in your mind keep following that music. If you can record it in your own voice, that is also okay. Or I always say just chant it for a few times, no, whenever you have time. A few people, like they do when they go for the bath, they chant Om and all that. Okay, same way you can do it whenever you have free time. If you are cooking, while cooking, you can keep chanting in your mind. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. That time, even if there's no specific reason for you to chant, just do it. You will realize things will be very easy for you. But I will really say, everybody, try it with some difficult people in your life. It will actually help you. Yeah. Anybody else? No questions? आज तो सब इसका मतलब आई एम वेरी गुड टीचर, राइट संजीवनी?
So this can be like for getting job also can be used, chanted, or
Yes, you can. But there are many other things that you can do for job hunting also.
oh, okay.
The affirmations are there, but this, yes, you can do this to, in a way, what I can say, to yourself, which has put you in a situation that you are out of job. Okay.
No, I'm still holding, but for changing, if I have to look for change, will that help?
Tell me why anybody want to change the job? Mostly there are 2-3 reasons. Okay. Number one, you are unhappy with the work you are doing, or you feel that you are not respected enough, or you
Mhm.
feel that you are not paid enough. Correct?
Yep. Yep.
So if you do Hoponopono for with your people who are not giving you enough respect, that may change. Okay.
Hmm.
Same way, if you do it with the money and your boss who is not paying you enough, maybe that can change. Then if these things change, do you really still need to change the job?
Okay.
You understand my point?
Yeah, getting it. Yeah.
Because when we think that, okay, I'm not respected here, then why don't you do Hoponopono with the people who are disrespecting you? Let them change. If you are not paid enough, do it with the person who is giving you, who is supposed to give you the raise. Why he's not giving you? Do Hooponopono for him or her. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that is one thing. In case if you have to change, that is a different thing, is what you said. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, whatever.
Which is bothering us mentally, to release that, getting healed. It can
Yeah.
be people
Yeah.
or something, situation that way. Yeah.
So, like for manifestation, when I was talking in our last talk, that you
Mm.
manifest that particular emotion. Okay. So, same way, you release that emotion which is telling you that I don't want to work here first. Because if you realize, okay, now if somebody is not happy with the job, because suppose you say that it's too far from my home, or there are too long hours, maybe you should look for a job. I'm not saying everything in the world can change, but a lot of things can be easy for you. Yeah.
Mm.
Maybe if you are staying away far, that of course will not change automatically, but people can be nicer to you. Maybe they agree to give you hybrid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But of course, if you want to change a job, go for other manifestation techniques like we spoke last time. Yeah.
Okay. So
Okay. Anybody else? Any other question? No? Okay. So then we will end here if there's no other question.
Can I ask one more?
Yeah, of course.
So, suppose I want to work, I want to get some project, let's say, assume a situation, right? So, how can I use this to, get that? Or is it a manifestation technique is better for that than this? Like,
Both the things will help. So you
uh-huh,
can, of course, manifest, do your affirmations or other things or switch words or whatever.
uh-huh.
Plus, you can do Hooponopono for the decision makers
Okay,
so that they choose you. They find you as a good option.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, get it.
Yeah. Hi, Seema.
Thank
Hello,
you.
ma'am. I don't
Huh.
have any question as such, but I just want to share my experience about Ho'oponopono,
Yeah.
so that
Great.
add value in for the audience. I've been doing it for 1.5 years now,
Mm.
and it is really helping a lot. It got a lot of change in me, I would say. Firstly, when I used to do it for a few months, I just used to cry. I don't know why the tears used to flow. And then I started feeling lighter. My complaining, what you can say, the complaints about the things around people, situations started decreasing. I'm much calmer person than before with this. And in fact, now I'm now, as you say, it has become the background chanting kind of thing. Anytime, anywhere I do it, during morning walk, or even while sleeping, I do it. And this has really got a lot of change in me, and I would certainly encourage all to try it. In fact,
Yeah.
now if I don't do for a few days, and then chid thoda बढ़ जाती है, and then I realize, oh, I didn't do it for a last few days. So that's how it has become a part of the life.
It's so easy to do. Okay.
Very
You
easy.
don't need
Just
any great
also.
skill or anything to do it. Yeah. So that's very amazing, Seema. Thank you for sharing. I think people will understand that these small 4 sentences can make things so different for us.
Mm.
Correct? Yeah. As I just shared, no, about my body pains and Ho'oponopono, that also helps. So आप किस चीज के लिए यूज करना चाहते हो? Don't think. Wherever you can't find anything to do, just do Ho'oponopono for that thing and things will change. Then this I have experienced. That's why I'm talking about. Otherwise, I'm such a person, if I don't feel, if I don't connect with anything, I don't talk about it. Okay. So any other person, and I'll request all of you to try it and please share how it helped you. When we meet next time, please share how it helped. Seema has already shared, but others. Okay. Anybody else? No? So,
Hello.
Ma'am,
yeah.
one. Okay.
हाँ श्री प्रभा बोलिए. Okay, no questions. Okay.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
I have. Ma'am, there are other things also which are described to be supplementing in terms of like blue solar water. Then some other techniques to add to this. I think
Yeah.
that helps the Ho'oponopono.
Yeah,
So
so
do
that is holding the water. That also is a simple way. You hold the glass full of water, mostly transparent कांच का glass, and then just chant and drink that water. So
okay.
energy also goes in the water. So because we started introduce, so I thought I'll keep it very basic for the for the time.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways, but I find these two very easy to use. That glass लो पानी का, कांच का glass transparent, okay, and hold it and just chant and later on drink that water without keeping it down. See the gatak लो. That also helps. That is
Rachana,
water for you.
yeah, one thing I also wanted to know कि अभी होपोनोपोनो पता है थोड़ा ये करती हूँ बट कभी कभी हम काम नहीं होते हैं अंदर से तो जस्ट चैंट किया तो भी चलता है क्या या कभी कभी बहुत सारी चीजें होती है कि अरे इसके लिए भी करना है उसके लिए भी करना है उसके
Can
लिए
you
भी
just play it in the background, no? कुछ भी आप देखो, मैं एक सिंपल बात बोलती हूँ. आप घर में
हाँ
काम कर रहे हो ना, सपोज आप कपड़े फोल्ड कर रहे हो,
हाँ
सपोज आप कहीं डस्टिंग कर रहे हो, घर पे आप कपड़े आयरन कर रहे हो, तो जस्ट एक बैकग्राउंड में चला लो ना.
ओके
या
नहीं
बजने
अब
दो.
हाँ कैसे कि अपना खुद का कुछ कि चलो मुझे मेरे लिए कुछ करना है जैसे मेरे एफिशिएंसी के लिए फिर बेटी के लिए भी करना है उसका कुछ टेंट्रम्स बढ़ गए हैं फिर और कुछ चीज ऐसे 4-5 चीजें हैं और मुझे लग रहा है कि ये सारी चीजों के लिए मुझे होपोनोपोनो करना है
तो आप सबसे पहले तो बेटी को सिखा दो.
नहीं उसे पता है बट अभी वो तो
नहीं, जब भी है, जैसा मैंने बोला कि अगर आप घर में ये बैकग्राउंड में म्यूजिक के जैसे भी लगा दोगे, देन योर डॉटर आल्सो इज लिसनिंग. कान
हाँ
पड़ता है, दैट विल हेल्प फॉर हर टू काम डाउन. एंड डोंट वरी, ऐसा नहीं कि आप एट ए टाइम एक ही चीज के लिए कर सकते हो. यू जस्ट
ओके
you say कि whatever situation around me which is complicating things, you do it for that. So
ओके
whoever it is, whatever it is, see, many times it happens that we are irritated or we are not in good state, but we don't know why it's happening.
हम्म
We are not in stable state to think why it's happening. So in that
हम्म,
case, do it. Universe knows where healing is required for you.
ओके
Yeah. So जैसे आप बोल रहे हो 3-4 चीजें हैं, तो जस्ट बैकग्राउंड में घर पे लगा के छोड़ो ना सुबह शाम.
ओके
One thing is there. If your daughter is throwing tantrums, then what is it for you? Okay. Sorry. So try doing it और मुझे बोलो. You will feel the changes.
नहीं नॉट नेसेसरी कि हम खुद चांट करें म्यूजिक भी लगा के रख दिया तो भी चलता है
Yeah. और आप ऐसा करो ना, वो ग्लास वाला करके बेटी को दे दो पीने को.
हम्म
ओके. आई नो, अगर आप उसको बोलोगे तो वो पिए नहीं पिए, जस्ट गिव हर. नो, बच्चे मांगते हैं ना, पानी दे दो.
हम्म
हस्बैंड आए घर पे, पानी दे दो, तो दे दो ना ओपनो करके.
ओके
You will feel changes. You will notice the changes. Of course, it is not that to make other person submissive or anything, just to calm them down, and more than calming them down, you are calming your environment. कि आप
हम्म
कोई दंगा कर रहा है तो you are affected, no? So you don't want to be affected. So what happens is, if you want to be calm, so आपके आसपास के लोगों को भी शांत होना पड़ेगा ना. So if you chant and this water you give to somebody, it's not that you are doing some jadoo tona on them or आप उनको अपने कब्जे में कर रहे हो, not like that. It's just that you are कि मेरी environment शांत रहनी चाहिए, और ये जो 2-3 लोग हैं ये दंगा कर रहे हैं, so they also should be relaxed, क्योंकि वो शांत रहेंगे तो मैं शांत रहूंगी. Yeah. ठीक है. Anybody else? So I think सबके question के answers हो गए. But anyway, in your group, if you come up with any other question, you can ask on the group. And so, okay. Any other question? Anybody know ना? कोई नहीं बोल रहा है. So I assume I'm a good teacher, so everybody knows what I'm talking about.
Just it, ma'am. Ma'am, just in the EXL XLIP पे जो link आई थी, that was different than this one, and I
Yeah.
was not able.
No. What I'll do is every week I'll send the group link on the group only, because that group so
Automated link.
so we will end today's session here, and next week we will have some beautiful meditation. Maybe Hooponopono meditation we will have next week. Okay? Yeah. So
Okay.
next we'll be doing Hooponopono meditation. Done. Fixed. Okay?
Yes.
Chalo.
Okay.
See you
Thank you.
everyone next Friday, 9:30 p.m.
Thank you.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Bye bye.
I'll be sharing
Night.
the link on the group. So join from that link only.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye. Good night, everyone.
Good
Bye.
night.